Hi, so just a question for you then. So, do you have a way to generate 10 to 20 qualified appointments in your calendar every single week on autopilot? If not, and you're often worrying kind of where the next lead is coming from or the next client is coming from, then you're not alone because it is a widespread problem across financial services and it is a problem. So over the next 10 minutes then, which is, well, this is the good news because over the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to show you the exact process our new age advisors are using to avoid going extinct, really, and to reach leads where they are, which is obviously in the digital world now. And now you can put this into place in your business ASAP and kind of put an end to this unpredictable lead generation problem that's prevalent across financial services once and for all. So yeah, a bit about myself then. As you can see in the background, I just move this out of the way. I used to run club nights, and now I do marketing for financial services. So you can check this feature out that Yahoo did. I'll put a link to it. But yeah, like I said, my background is marketing, and now digital marketing purely for financial services, specifically lead generation. I run an online school where we teach brokers and, like I say, financial planners, and this stuff works for any financial service really. We're basically giving you a strategy that's proven to work in financial services and provide ongoing support with it. So it's a coaching program. So it's kind of a collaborative approach where we give you the power to generate your own leads, because I think generally there is a big problem across financial services in terms of the lead generation. There's no real systemized, predictable way to generate qualified appointments on demand. There's a lot that a lot of people doing to generate business. Like a lot of people are buying in leads where they're just really crap quality leads because there's no real intent there with these leads that you buy off a lot of these lead providers. I think the average conversion rate is about 10%, which is not surprising when there's no trust there. There's no rapport being built. So it's like the next best thing to a cold call, really, when you're ringing these kind of leads. So and a lot of people as well, it's not just the investment in terms of the monetary investment, but it's the time investment that people are putting into these leads, where they're spending all day ringing them and they're not really getting to speak to many people. And if they are, they're probably not a good fit for them. So it's very difficult. It's a hard crack. And then a lot of people are just while I'm talking, I'll just bring this up. But yeah, a lot of people are just relying on referrals as well, which referrals are great because they convert really well, because it's on the opposite end of the trust factor. With obviously leads that you buy in, there is no trust. But with referrals, the trust is there. But the downside to referrals is it's difficult to scale on referrals. They're very sporadic in the way that they come in. And so a lot of other people are spending like 6 hours a week doing networking events where they've sat in a room of about 10 people, where two of them might be their ideal client. And yes, it's probably just not the best investment in the time, really. Whereas with this stuff that I'm going to show you in a minute, you can literally put yourself in front of thousands of your ideal client day in, day out without you having to do anything more for it. Once you set this thing up and running, it's constantly putting yourself in front of your client while you get on with whatever it is you need to get on with looking after the kids or going off on holidays or whatever it is you're doing, getting on with the business, growing the business. Whatever it is you need to do, this is always just constantly ticking away while you sleep as well. So, it's just what we try to do is get across to people that there's a new way of doing things now, which takes out a lot of the heavy lifting, which allows technology to do a lot of that lifting, and it buys back your time. Because all that time that people are spending, it's not, like I said, it's probably not the best investment in time, where they could be just putting that time into other areas and working smarter and not harder. So this is it's a funnel that I'm going to show you. This is the exact strategy that my students use, and myself. I use this to get my leads as well. So this is just a bit of an overview of it. Let me just shift this again now. So how it works then? So it's a funnel is basically like a little website. So it's built up of different little interlinking web pages. So The first part of that, I've missed this off actually, is a landing page. So basically, what we're doing is we're running ads on Facebook to push people to our funnel. So we're taking traffic from Facebook and pushing them to the funnel, which, like I say, is an external little website that's off of Facebook. So we're drawing them in with a value video. So basically, the video is a training. So it's not kind of pushing sales at people. It's an educational piece. So it could be based on a niche. So say, for example, if your niche was NHS staff and you were looking for mortgages, it'd be 5 things to avoid when applying for a mortgage as an NHS staff member, something like that. Or if you were going for pension reviews, it could be 5 things to avoid when reviewing your pension as an accountant, as a self-employed accountant, something like that, something of value. So with that video is basically teaching them something of value. So it's you doing that over slides, and what that does is it creates authority because it's you teaching them something that you know a lot about, and that comes across in the video. And obviously that shows that you're qualified to help that client out in their specific situation. And it builds trust, it builds rapport because you speak a bit about yourself and what you're up to and how you got started. So it builds that rapport up. And so it kind of pre-sells the lead before you actually get them on the phone. So it's kind of does a lot of the heavy lifting. So when you do get them on the phone, obviously, like I say, the trust has been built. They're aware of what you do and how you can help them. So at the end of that video, what you'll do is you'll say to them, so you can do what you want with this information, or if you want to arrange a free one-on-one strategy call, press this button below and arrange a free call. So then they'll be hit with a Calendly app, which integrates into your calendar, where they can pick a date and a time, and you'll obviously get an email with that information on. The lead will get that information. They'll get reminders, so they know obviously when you're going to be calling. But also part of that process is a pre-qualification process. So within that Calendly integration, there's a form where we're asking them pre-qualifying questions. So you're asking them things like, if it's a mortgage, you wanting to know things like if they've got a deposit, how much deposit they've got, if they know what the credit rating's like, and if they're ready to move in the next year or the next 6 months, 12 months, or if they're just gathering information, or if they want to move straight away. So then obviously you're getting all this data through before you're investing the time ringing. Because I think a big problem across financial services at the moment is people are ringing really poor, low intent quality leads. And yeah, they're just wasting a lot of time doing that. Where with this, you're only contacting the leads that you know are right for you and are ready to roll straight away. So obviously, again, you get all that data through in an email, because as soon as they land on the landing page, just going back on myself, as soon as they land on the first page, I'll show you in a second an example of a funnel. But there's an opt-in email, an opt-in box where they have to type their email in there to get access to this free training. So with them got them as a lead, so that goes into a CRM where we can remarket to over time if they don't book a call. And we also have automation set up. So if they don't book a call, we send them an email in like half an hour after, and then 24 hours after, and then another 24 hours after, just to kind of remind them that if they've not watched the training, because a lot of people will begin watching it and then they'll kind of close the laptop, or kids might come in, or they might open it on the phone and think, I'll watch this later, and never get around to it. So we've got a contingency for that. And we're also using what's called retargeting on Facebook ads. So we've got what's called a pixel on this funnel, so we can then chase them around with ads on Facebook after they've landed on this funnel. So there's contingencies, because the end goal is to get a call, to get them on a call. But obviously, not everybody goes through it the way they want, the way that we want them to. So yeah, the point is with these contingencies that we can, like I say, we've got a contingency to fall back on to kind of scoop those people up that don't go through it the way we want them to. So yeah, that's kind of a high level overview of the actual funnel. So I'm just going to show you a couple of examples of funnels. This is my funnel. So yeah, like I said, this is like my landing page. So obviously my ideal client is you guys as financial service pros, and your main kind of pain point is that there's no real predictable systemized way to generate leads. So the psychological side needs to be done first to establish what these pain points are of your ideal client. So they'll then watch the video, watch the video, they'll type in their email address. Like I say, I'll get an email straight away to let let me know that somebody's opted in. They'll watch the video. Once they've watched the video, they can apply for a call. It brings up the Calendly booking link. So they'll book a time and a date, and then they'll be hit with the application form. So, like I say, I'm asking things like what the revenue, my leads or revenue is currently, what they want to get out of it, desired monthly revenue, what the biggest goal is. What the biggest barrier is to achieving the goal. And so, yeah, obviously for you guys, it'll be a bit different. And then, like I say, they'll book that in. But I'll just give you an example of one of our students. So this is Peter's looking for mortgage clients. So, yeah, he's just given a brief introduction of what is offering there on the actual funnel, on the actual training. So again, we're not pushing stuff at people. It's purely an educational approach. So this is his opt-in. So it's Active Campaign we use, which is the CRM. And then the watch his training video. And then he's got it on a timer. So when you get to a certain point in this training, the button will come up where they can press that to book a free call with Peter. And so, yeah, this stuff really does work. I'll just show you some testimonials I've got here just recently. This is a guy who got some decent priced leads. He's getting through it like £10 per appointment. And these are really qualified leads as well, because we've built this trust, we've built this rapport. The conversion rate shoots up on them. So you would expect to be closing at least like 30% and upwards of these kind of leads because we've pre-sold them, compared to the 10%, which is the industry standard when you're buying leads in, because they're at complete opposite ends of the scale. One's zero trust and one we've really packed in the trust and built rapport. So yeah, these are some. Again, I'll put a link in the description for this page where you can have a look at some of these testimonials and things that people are saying. Because I say this is from our whole program. This funnel thing is just one of the strategies that we teach. We also do the organic side. This is a guy who says he was skeptical to begin with, but he got where is him? He's got his first appointment very quickly. From within a couple of days, Chris got results. This was him as well. It took him literally a couple of weeks to earn a decent return. Now he got 1,150 within a couple of weeks. So it's a good return on his investment. So yeah, people get really good results from this. So it really does work. But yeah, obviously, if anybody wants to know any more information on it, or if you want to have a chat about maybe working together, then yeah, get in touch. I'm quite selective over who I do work with, because I'm committed on getting people results. So I'll only work with people that are committed to doing that, to getting the results. So that's my ultimate goal, to get people results, because that's the thing that's going to sell this thing for me, rather than me shouting about it. So I'd rather get people results and get them to shout about it. So yeah, like I said, this is some information here on the program. So I'll put a link to this below. But if anybody's interested in learning some more, yeah, just let me know. But yeah, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.